basically what I'm gonna do today is attempt to make Mexican rice. This is one of my favorite dishes that I really love, and since I have not been speaking to my family or my parents don't live near me, this is something that I have to learn how to make since I really love. It's not a healthy thing, but when I do crave the rice, I've gone to certain locations, Mexican restaurants, and I'm not able to find, that homemade rice taste that I am so accustomed to. So this is what I'm gonna need. You can see I have also been writing it down because I've been working on this Mexican rice so that I can perfect it for about probably a good 6 months. So I have not perfected it yet because every single time the rices are a little too crunchy or the tomato sauce is a little too tomatoey. So basically what this is asking for 2 firm tomatoes. So this is what I'll need. I'll need 2 firm tomatoes, half an onion, and then 2 garlic cloves and a Serano pepper for the end. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wash these really quick. Wash my pepper. I'm gonna cut because it's asking for a tomato. So a trick I learned, I used to cut the onions like this, but apparently you don't. You cut them like this. So, as I cut myself, looking for half an onion. So basically leave this on so it prevents you from crying when you're cutting them. It's worked. So anyways, I'm not going to cut it, just finally chop it because I'm going to be throwing it in a blender. All of this you're going to be throwing in a blender. Every single time I go to these Mexican restaurants, it's like I cannot find the rice tastes to me like it came out of a bag or a can and not really homemade, and I really don't like that taste because it's very salty. So anyways, here's my onion. I cut this in 4s because I learned when I shove things in the blender, it doesn't blend right. So I'll also cut the tomatoes into little 4 cubes. That's what I do. Again, just doing this to eat healthier, even though it's not healthy because it's rice, it's carbs. It's better than going to like pizza or something, I would say. And then also this little onion. Oh, I shouldn't have cut this because I need to cut this down because I put this at the end. One thing I've noticed is since I've been cooking and doing these little crafts that I did not do before because I did not have the time, I'm really getting out of my mind, and I really hope whoever watches this that one day either you try this recipe or just watch it just to get out of your mind, get out of your bag, go brush your teeth, because it's hard, girl or guys. It's hard. No one tells you how hard it's going to be trying to discover yourself at the age of 33. You're supposed to have your life together, aren't you, at this age? Alright, and I also have a cup of rice soaking in water. I've already cleaned it, removed the majority of the starch. It's supposed to look this kind of clear, even though it looks still cloudy. This is as clear as I'm going to get it, I think. Or maybe that's what's wrong? I don't know. If anyone watches this and figures it out, please let me know. But anyways, I'm going to dry the rice. Actually, not. Before I dry the rice, I need to put all this stuff in a blender. Don't add any extra water to it, because if you add more water, that's kind of where I was having problems with. I was adding too much water that it wasn't drying out. So anyways, you were only supposed to put 1 garlic clove in this. I put 2, but 2 tomatoes, half an onion, 2 garlic cloves for me. And I have a specific blender for only sauces and chilies. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and put a little salt. You have to make sure it's really blended. I'm going to add some oil, some olive oil. And one trick I did find from another YouTube was that they added a bunch of, they added vegetable oil. I'm adding olive oil, but they added a lot of fat to the pan so that the rice can cook better and evenly. And you're supposed to wait until the pot is hot, and I did not. And let's see. Maybe this is why my rice is still not perfected, because I'm really not following the... So basically, you want to wait until the pot that you're going to be cooking the rice is hot, so that you can start frying the rice. Maybe that's what. Just continuously shake or move it around so it doesn't get stuck or burned. What you are wanting is a golden color to the rice. I'm gonna be laughing at people that know how to cook the rice. They're gonna be like, they're doing it the wrong way. That's not how you do it. Well, this is how I've been kind of seeing on YouTube stuff. See, before I used to actually stop it at this color because I already thought it was ready, and it's actually supposed to be darker than this. So we're still not there yet. A couple more minutes. This is kind of the color you're looking for. You're kind of looking for like a golden color. And then after that, you're going to turn down the too low. And we're going to add this concoction that we made earlier. It's going to jump. And normally when it's thick, what I do is I add some of the part of mix it in. Anyways, the paste. So let the paste go ahead and soak in. So anyways, I added the tomato mix that we did. Normally when it's thick, because it does leave a little bit of residue, I add, because after that you're going to be also adding 2 cups of chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, add 2 cups of water. I would normally add some of this chicken thing, but I ran out, so I'm not doing it today. Actually, I have a little bit that I can actually add. Turn down the heat to low after you added all that stuff, and we're going to wait until all that tomato kind of soaks into the rice, and then after that we're going to go ahead and add the remaining of the chicken broth and let that come to a boil. And when it starts boiling, we're going to cover it and let it sit for 15 minutes cooking on low heat, and then from that. Sorry this is all over the place. I am not a cook. This is just me doing things to get out of my own mind, and I'm hoping you guys are attempting to do the same thing to get out of your mind and conquer what we thought we couldn't conquer. So, sorry it's all over. Another thing I forgot to tell you guys is that you guys have to make sure when you guys add the chicken stock that it's warm. So warm it up in the microwave. But I went ahead and added it in here so I can get the rest of whatever was remaining of the paste. Shook it around. Now this is how it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look a little like the paste is all soaked up. Okay, so now that the paste is soaked up, see, I need a smaller pot, I think, also. That's probably why it's not cooking right. Let me go ahead and add this. And you're gonna let it come to a boil, and then you're gonna cover it for 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes, depending. This is the perfect time for you to taste it to see if it needs salt. And once it comes to a boil, I'll go ahead and add the Serano on top of it and cover it. Okay, while we're waiting on that to boil, we just need to make sure that it comes to a boil. We need more of those little bubbles like throughout the pot. So maybe a couple more minutes. Anyways, I really hope that you guys did enjoy this video or got something out of it, even if it was just to come and see what the hell I was doing. I truly hope that you or anyone out there or Aiden enjoy this, and remember that you can get out of whatever situation that you're currently stuck in. You just have to believe in yourself. Even though you might not have anyone to believe in yourself, just take the first step of getting out of whatever rut you're in. And even if it's just something for like 5 minutes, for it to kind of give you satisfaction that you did something and completed something that you thought yesterday you weren't able to do. And that's kind of what I'm doing to kind of help me and kind of get out, because I've noticed that no one's gonna come help me unless I start helping myself. And I need to really help myself get out of the situations that I'm currently in or think of. So yeah, right now, even though like some of the stuff that I'm making is not healthy, like I have the rice going. I'm also, the other thing I did also learn, I'm learning how to make, I think I might make a video of that later but I am learning how to make fresh tortillas. So this is the dough for the tortillas. Have to let it sit for a bit. I'm gonna make steak fajitas today with the rice. Have the meat marinating, and again, this is something that I'm not a professional cook or anything like that. I don't hope that people who see this are expecting like this grand Michelin recipe, when it's just something that I'm attempting to do to get out of my mind and hopefully inspire others to get out of their own minds if they're afraid to try something or do something. Because this is something I'm just looking on YouTube and just attempting to do recipes that I know that when I was growing up, that I love, that I can't find, or I need to make myself so that I can comfort myself when I'm eating them. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you guys have not checked out the other videos, please go check them out. Subscribe. If you want to share this, please share them. And if you have any comments about the rice that I messed up or anything, just let me know below. I'm gonna wait for it to boil a little more and then I'll be right back. But this is what it's doing so far. I need more of this, more little bubbles to happen. Truly start doing things differently. And one thing that I've noticed, because it's like me when I have issues wanting to go to the gym, because believe me, this is the first time in my life that I've actually dedicated time to working out. Like I'm using an app to kind of do my workouts. That's how how would I say it? I didn't know how to work out basically, but I'm needing to do things differently. Not what I used to do, not what I always like woke up straight to the phone, scrolling social media, YouTube, wishing what I was able to do or wishing I was able to be somewhere where other people were. But then I was just like, I'm not moving. I'm still in the same spot. In the meantime, other people are doing what they're needing to do. The loved ones that said they loved you are doing their own crap. Why is it that you're still stuck? And we need to learn how to unstuck ourselves, if that's even a word. We have to learn how to move on from that crap. But this rice roughly takes an hour to make. Because after pretty much we cover it, you're gonna let it simmer for 15 minutes covered. Then you're gonna turn off the stove and let it sit for another 20 to 30 minutes to properly cook. So this rice is now sometimes I wonder, it's like, I wonder why this is probably why they just use probably like instant Mexican rice or something, if that's a thing. Just because it takes a long time to make. And after you got in trouble, now you're over here, huh? But anyways, look at this pretty girl. This troublemaker, that's okay. Get yourself a Scottish Fold. These cats literally follow you to room. Even my other one, Stella, wherever she's at, they follow you room to room because they want to be there with you. So it's really special, especially when I feel down or depressed. She's looking for me, making sure I'm okay. Okay, I'm gonna move it around a little bit more. The lighting. A trick that I found out online was, the trick that I found online was do not speed up the rice cooking time, because they technically need to cook slowly. I tried to do that once and they still came out hard. It still felt like I was freaking eating rocks, little pebbles. Okay, let's see how it's going. So that's a little more. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the little pepper in the middle, cover it. Then I'm gonna turn down the heat to the lowest setting and just let it cook. Let it do its thing, and its thing is gonna take a long time, and just prepare your other food. Right now I'm gonna make fajitas, so I'm gonna start cooking the other ones. So I'll be right back with that finish of the food, of the rice. Alrighty, it's been around like 25 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and check it and see how it's going. We're gonna check and check. Oh, let's see how it looks. I can't even have the camera because it's deep. How it looks, it's supposed to. So now we're gonna fluff it. so that anything, all the little extra, we're gonna fluff it so all the extra tomato paste and anything can kind of just soak up, because we're gonna still let it rest for another 20 minutes covered. So just making sure, and cover it back up for 20-30 minutes. In the meantime, I would suggest cook the rest of your food like I am. So basically what I'm making are gonna be simple fajitas. Peppers, red, green, onions, garlic, some plain steak that I've already marinated this morning with some lime, some other spices. I think I added some soy sauce. This is one thing I need to start writing down what I use in my recipes, because some of the things that I actually start making are actually tasting good. Like yesterday I made this really good chipotle sauce, but how did I make it? I do not know, because I was also kinda. So, till next time, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Adios.